The rise and fall of Ref Wayne. In the world of South Africa high finance, few names provoke as much division as Ref Wayne, born Refilween Keeley. To his supporters, he is a visionary, someone who broke free from poverty and showed young people an alternative path to wealth. To his critics, he is something else entirely. A master marketer accused of selling unrealistic dreams. Unlike many social media influencers who remain confined to Instagram, Ref Wayne took his story to the country's biggest television platforms, ETV and SABC News. On national television, he claimed billionaire status and even told audiences that he was set to meet Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg. Today, we conclude a forensic-style examination of Ref Wayne's full trajectory. What exactly did he claim on television? How does he explain the collapse of his cryptocurrency project, Pipcoin? And where is Ref Wayne now in 2026? Is he a misunderstood financial pioneer, or simply a master of reinvention? Early life and the origin story. Ref Wayne's story begins in 2011, when he was a grade 9 student in Soweto. He dropped out of school, determined to pursue financial independence. His early hustle involved selling SIM cards on the streets, what he later described as his darkest period. Everything changed in July 2016, when he appeared on ETV Sunrise. That moment marked a turning point for his brand. On national television, he claimed he had made his first million at 19 and achieved billionaire status by 21 years. He positioned himself as a self-taught Forex trading prodigy. From dropout to billionaire. But from the very beginning, experts were skeptical. Scrutiny and skepticism. Financial analysts pointed to a glaring issue. There were no audited trading records, no verified tax clearance certificates, and no independent evidence to support the billionaire claims. Many critics argued that Ref Wayne's primary income did not come from trading the financial markets, but from selling seminars, mentorship programs, and his book, The Art of Trading. Then came Pipcoin, Africa's crypto dream. In February 2016, Ref Wayne launched Pipcoin, marketing it as Africa's first cryptocurrency. The project promised extraordinary returns, reportedly up to 34% compound monthly returns. When Pipcoin collapsed, investors lost their money, and the scammer label became permanently attached to Ref Wayne's name. But Ref Wayne strongly rejected that narrative. The defense, sabotage, and conspiracy. In a later interview on the Market Master series, he offered his most detailed defense yet. According to Ref Wayne, Pipcoin did not fail because it was a scam. It failed because it was sabotaged both internally and externally. He argued that, unlike Bitcoin's anonymous creator Satoshi Nakamoto, his decision to be the public face of Pipcoin made him vulnerable. He further alleged that an exchange partner hijacked Pipcoin, rebranding it as SA Coin, effectively removing it from his control. To his followers, this was the story of a pioneer crushed by powerful financial interests. To critics, it sounded like a familiar attempt to deflect blame from an unsustainable project. Philanthropy and public image. On SABC News, Ref Wayne shifted focus away from charts and returns and toward philanthropy. He promoted his slogan, Shea Poverty, meaning strike poverty, and showcased the distribution of 3,000 parcels to residents of Soweto. He argued that Forex trading was the solution to South Africa's youth unemployment crisis. By framing himself as a champion of the people, he gained social legitimacy. Supporters would often respond to criticism by asking, how can he be a scammer if he's doing so much good? However, critics note that public charity is not uncommon in the Forex industry, especially among individuals facing credibility challenges. The trading products and red flags. Behind the scenes, Ref Wayne was selling a product known as Armageddon software, marketed as a trade copying tool that allowed users to duplicate expert trades. The claim were bold: 85% success rate, 11% average monthly returns. To put this into perspective, a consistent 11% monthly return would outperform the world's most successful hedge funds and rapidly make its creator one of the wealthiest individuals on the planet. When MoneyWeb asked Ref Wayne what research supported these claims, his response was that the proof was available on his Facebook page. For regulators, this lack of technical transparency represents a significant red flag. The pivot, from trader to spiritual guide. By 2021, Ref Wayne had undergone another transformation. After traveling to India and aligning himself with the Sunny Path Temple, he rebranded as Saman. His new model merged spiritual liberation with financial freedom. Sundays focus on spiritual healing, energy blockages, and consciousness. Wednesdays cover technical topics such as e-commerce and trading. From a business perspective, the pivot was strategic. By framing his guidance as spiritual rather than financial, he created distance from financial regulators. If a follower loses money, the explanation shifts from market conditions to the individual's spiritual state. Critics argue this is simply another reinvention. Regulatory reality and final assessment. In 2024, the Financial Conduct Authority, FCA, intensified its crackdown on unlicensed financial service providers, issuing warnings and fines that can exceed 1 million rand. While Ref Wayne has not been formally debarred like some of his peers, he continues to operate in a regulatory gray zone, relying on unverified claims and unrealistic return expectations. The billionaire narrative, the alleged Mark Zuckerberg meeting, and the promise of financial salvation inspired thousands of young South Africans. But the forensic record tells a different story, one marked by collapsed projects, missing verification, and constant reinvention. Ref Wayne may not be a traditional fraudster. Instead, he appears to be something more nuanced. A master of the pivot, selling hope in different forms: SIM cards, cryptocurrency, trading software, and now spiritual awakening. In finance, however, hope is never a substitute for due diligence. What do you think? Has Ref Wayne genuinely evolved as a person? Or is the current version Saman simply a new costume for the same underlying strategy? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for your time, and as always, stay safe.